Welcome to Sumery P. Today I've got a delicious cranberry bread using these dried cranberries that are jam-packed full of nutrients, antioxidants and fibre, and a little touch of spice. So if you'd like to see how to make my delicious cranberry bread, come with me and let's see. Before we start, we need to activate the yeast. So we've got 3 tablespoons of milk. I'm using oat milk, 2 teaspoons of sugar, plus 1 teaspoon of instant or quick yeast. So we throw that in and activate it for roughly 10 to 15 minutes. So it should look like this one, which I prepared before the video. Now let's pop that in here. So I'm using my stand mixer with the dough hook, as you can see. I like a combination of different flours. So I've got a little bit of buckwheat, 70 grams, 170 grams of strong white flour and 150 grams of whole wheat flour. So I've just whisked that together and I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon and 2 teaspoons of cardamom. But you can play around. If you don't like cardamom or you find it hard to get, leave it out, add a little bit more cinnamon. But I love the flavours of cardamom. It reminds me of Sweden. So I'm just throwing that flour into the bowl now. So that was a total of $3.90. So you can be creative and mix around and mix and match your own flours. Next we've got 200 mils of water. It's warm water. So when you touch it, it's lukewarm. So we'll just pop that in. So if you want to jump back to sumeryp.com, I've got the full recipe with all the ingredients listed. And for any USA viewers, I've got a converter now on that website as well, so you can have it in US friendly measurements. What I didn't say was when you make your yeast mix, you need to add 50 mils of water. And then that sits and becomes all foamy like what I popped in there. So as I said in the intro, I'm adding cranberries. So I've got 100 grams of cranberries, just dried cranberries. And I love sunflower seeds. So I'm adding 50 grams of sunflower seeds, but it would taste really great if you wanted to put in walnuts or any of your other favorite nuts. That's looking much better. Now I'm going to add the fruit and the nuts. The aim is to get your dough looking like a ball. So if you've got a clean bowl, that's perfect. If for whatever reason add a little bit too much water or you've got your flour ingredients a little bit out of whack, it's always better to have it a little bit too dry and add more water. But if for whatever reason it looks too wet, you can add a little bit more flour. Dough's all mixed, so now we have a dough looking like it's a ball, which is fantastic. And I'm just popping it into another bowl that I've floured. You don't really need to knead it because the machine did all the work. So that's it. I don't really disturb it too much. I just add a little bit of flour, pop a damp tea towel, or you can add cling wrap to the top and pop it in a warm spot for an hour. You want it to double in size, and then we'll be back for the second part of the process. We're back with our dough and it's doubled in size. So I'm just popping it onto my floured bench here. If you can manage to get the side that we floured, the top of the dough, onto the bench, so you got your sticky side up the top here. So we just I'm just going to flour my hands, flatten it out slightly. I've got a small loaf tin. If you've only got a bigger loaf tin, I've done it in that before as well. It just means that your bread is slightly smaller or shorter. Okay. So I'm not sure of the technical term of this method that I do, but I'm just folding it in. I think it might be called an envelope method. So we're not really kneading it, I'm just folding it. That was just 4 times. To form a log. If you happen to have your dough and it's sticking a little bit, because that happens sometimes, just use your dough scraper to help it off. And then we're just placing it into the loaf tin and letting it sit with the cloth for another hour. So as you can see, our dough has risen really nicely, and if you touch it, it's really springy. So I'm just going to pop that in the oven. I preheated my oven, it's on 200 degrees, and I needed to preheat it for roughly about 15 minutes. Before we pop this in, I'm just going to add a little bit of water to the base of my baking tray. So it's roughly about half a cup. That just helps create a really nice steam oven, and the bread will be moist and crispy on the outside. So we're going to bake our bread for 25 minutes and then we'll check it and see how it looks. Okay, the cranberry bread is cooked. Check this out. Doesn't that look delicious? And it smells great too. Anyway, I hope you've really liked my cranberry bread video today, and let me know in the comments below if you've tried it and how it turns out for you. It's super simple. Great way to have freshly made bread at home. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you for watching. If you've liked my video today, share it with a friend, hit the like button, the thumbs up, write a comment below, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And don't forget, hit the bell, and then you get notified as soon as I have a new video. I'll see you next time. Bye.